What's going on, guys? Bringing another alumni team video today. As promised, you guys got over 500 likes on the Boston College video. Thank you all so much for that. So today I'm bringing you Boston University. As I mentioned in the last video, they're 5 overall below Boston College. Main reason for that, though, is their goaltending. I feel like forwards and defense are pretty similar. Boston College might still have a slight edge, but as you guys will see, Boston University isn't too far behind. So pretty much the exact same logo as Boston College in game, of course, just using the B there. Post like the maroon and gold, we just have red and white. Actually very similar colors to Red Wings, where they basically only use red and white, so pretty easy to make the jerseys because of that. I compare it there to the real logo again. I don't really have something like that at our disposal. Secondary marks there, just like an all red B and all white B to help us out with the jerseys. Speaking of which, I think the jerseys actually turned out really well. So right here, guys, is the home jersey. Compare it there to their actual home jersey. Again, very similar to Red Wings, just only red and white, no other color. Very sharp looking, obviously using a lot of stripes there. They got the top red stripe across the top of the chest, double stripes on the sleeves and at the bottom of the jersey, as well as the socks and pants. And right there, just giving you guys a look at the back, you can see the name and the numbers. So, of course, that's the home jersey. College, they use white. Right here is a look at the away. So pretty much the exact same, except where the home is white, the away is red. But I think the helmet and pants and gloves are all red. So again, only thing changing there is the jersey and the socks. But again, I think it's a really sharp looking jersey. Obviously, I'm pretty partial to the red and white. I think it's not too bad combo. And I think, you know, Boston has a pretty nice looking jersey there. Also show you guys what the goalie looks like. So right there is the home and right there is the away. Again, I like it. I think all these college jerseys, honestly, are just really nice. Details here, so Boston University, team nickname is the Terriers. Unfortunately, it's not a play-by-play team name, so I just went with the Hounds. Abbreviation, essentially Boston U. Arena name here, I honestly have no idea how to say. I'm going to guess Aganas Arena. You guys can tell me if I butchered that or not. And then all the other stuff there, obviously, it doesn't really matter. And to keep it fair here, guys, just like with Boston College, you're going to sub out the Ottawa Senators here. Obviously, it does make it a bit tougher, as the Atlantic Division's pretty good. We looked at last time, Arizona made the playoffs, same rating as Boston College, playing the Pacific. So Boston University here, you can see at the bottom, top players, Jack Eichel, definitely have to try and lead this team, Charlie McAvoy and Clayton Keller. So a lot of younger players with that medium league potential. If they grow, you never know what could happen. Obviously though, 84 overall is quite low. Again, mostly goaltending. So if our goalie just somehow plays well, I don't know, maybe we're okay. We are the lowest rated team, though, in the NHL. I think the Devils, they're 87, and Vancouver are the next lowest rated, so it's definitely going to be tough. And now, guys, I'll give you a look at this team's roster. As you can see there, Team Stats is obviously Rebuilder, lowest rated team in the league, but you never know. Like, you gotta have some hope. So, first line's honestly pretty nasty. Clayton Keller, Jack Eichel, Brady Tkachuk, all young, all medium elite potential. Eichel's actually high elite, so, I mean, they could definitely do some damage, I think. Second line there, you got Colin Wilson, Charlie Coyle, and Evan Rodriguez. Not a terrible second line. Even though Rodriguez is a 78, he does have like decent offensive stats. He's pretty fast, so hopefully he does well. Third line there, you got Nieto, Bonino, and Greenway. So honestly, a pretty solid third line. And then fourth line here, you got Trevor Zegras, Forsback Carlson, and Chason. So not a terrible fourth line either. Also, just like the other video, we had a couple soon-to-be Boston alumni. Same goes for Zegras here. Projected to go like top 10 this year's draft. 74 overall, high top 6, pretty good offensive stats. There's actually another guy that's 75. I decided to use Zegras over just because he does have more potential and hopefully, you know, can grow a bit during the season. Defense here, pretty solid top pair, Shattenkirk and Charlie McAvoy. Just like our first forward line, McAvoy also has medium elite, so really need these like young players that have recently come through Boston University to grow this season if we're going to have any chance. Second pair there, you got Gryba and Gresselick. I really hope I said his name right. And then bottom pair there, you got Straight and Clendenning. So the bottom pair is not too great. Second pair really isn't too great either. Going to be relying heavily, I think, on the top D pair. First forward line, just like our starting lineup in general. Now, goalies, I said, weren't too great. So starter here, Matt O'Connor, 70 overall. Now, he is 6'6", so I'm hoping him being 6'6" just kind of helps us out here in the sim. Back up there, Couve, I think maybe how you say it. I'm not sure if he's French. Maybe just LeCouve. 63 overall, also isn't the best. Rick DiPietro is actually a Boston University alumni, but we haven't used any retired players yet for college alumni teams, so I want to keep that consistent here. Also show you guys the special teams. So the first unit, honestly, is pretty solid. I think they can do some damage. The second unit, it's okay. 4-man power play there. Obviously, just kind of our top 4 forwards and defensemen. Penalty kill there, you got whatever. 3-man penalty kill, I actually have Eichel on. Just he's our best player. Might as well have him on the ice more or less as much as possible. Now, AHL team, we actually do have some guys, like I said, that could make the NHL team. So the entire first line here is actually Boston University alumni. AJ Greer here, 75 overall, is actually who I decided to go Zegras over just because he's only got top 9 there. So hopefully Zegras does better. Reagan and Bellows to finish it off. Obviously, Ottawa actually has a decent AHL team, so we'll see how they do. Defense, we have Warsofsky here, as well as Hickey and Vlasic for Boston U Alumni. Vlasic was projected to go first round before. Now I've seen him like early second. He's 6'6", so he's big. I have him at medium top 4. I might change that to like high top 6, I think, for like franchise and whatnot. But we'll see how he grows there, playing with Brandstrom. And obviously no other Boston U goalies, as we are scraping by just to get 2 guys in the NHL. Like, I didn't really have any options to us. That's why our starter there is a 70. Also here I'll show you guys the captaincy. So decided to actually give all the letters to kind of the young players on this team. I'm hoping can really grow and take over. So Jack Eichel there wearing the C. Clayton Keller has one of the alternates, and so does Charlie McAvoy. Also, I've got them wearing their college numbers. So McAvoy there wearing 7. Also, you guys can see what he looks like there in game wearing the Boston jersey. Same goes for Clayton Keller. I've got him wearing 19 now. You guys can see him wearing the jersey there. I'll show you also our offense, defense, and goaltending stats. Goaltending is going to be pretty bad, I'm sure. And comparing ourselves again here to the Bruins, we have 88 offense, 87 defense, and 71 goaltending. So I think Boston College had 90 offense and defense, so we're only slightly lower than them in those regards, but goaltending much lower. I think they had like 87. That might be kind of like this team's kryptonite, I guess. Also right there you can see Jack Eichel. Honestly, that looks like Jack Eichel when he played for Boston U. That's like not too bad at all. I'll put him there in the away jersey as well. I think that looks pretty good. Rocking the C too. So we'll get started here with the sim. Hopefully this team isn't terrible. Let's start the trade deadline now, guys, and team is not looking too good. 18, 35, and 9. So 45 points, I think, at the deadline. Probably not making the playoffs. Yeah, we're last in the division there. 12 points behind the Red Wings. Eichel, though, having a pretty solid year. Basically 50 points in 62 games. Are we last in the NHL right now? We are last in the NHL. So hopefully we can at least not finish last. We'll see what happens. I'm now at the end of the season here. Finished the record of 25, 45, and 12. So at least we hit 25 wins. We got 62 points. I don't think that's the worst season we've ever had. I think Shattuck St. Mary's still might be the worst one we had. So 62 points there. I think we probably got last in the league, unfortunately. Eichel, 62 points, 82 games. Not a bad season, not a great season either, obviously. Gaudreau had a better one for Boston College. Keller there, 55 points. He did grow by a couple, now an 86. Eichel still an 88. Shattenkirk, though, almost 50 points as a D-man. Rodriguez, almost 50, so good year for him. Wilson, 42. Coyle, 39. Kachuk only had 39. Playing with Eichel and Keller. It's a little bit weird. He's also on the first power play in it, so I'm not sure why. Didn't score that much. Didn't grow at all either. Usually he grows at least a couple. Benino, McAvoy grew by 1, but that was it. Greenway, Nieto there. So yeah, we needed them, like the medium elite guys, to really play a lot better to make up for the goaltending. We'll see how bad it really was. So O'Connor, 17 and 35, 9 OT losses. He did get 3 shutouts, a .886 save percentage, 3.53 goals against. And as always, for whatever reason, the backup has better stats. As you guys can see here, Lacuve, 8 and 12, so pretty close to 500. .91 save percentage. That's honestly like pretty solid, especially for a 63 overall goalie. 2.8 goals against isn't the greatest, but it is better than 3.5. So I'm not sure why the backups always seem to do better, especially when they're lower rated. Maybe they're, getting better matchups in terms of playing worse teams. Well rested, although I don't think that's really a thing. It's interesting. I'm not sure why that happens. So I'll check now too and see. Actually, let me check AHL and see if any of our Boston U alumni went off. I don't think so though. The highest score there, Greer, 44 points. Sorry, isn't really that great. So Eichel, 62 points. I doubt anywhere near the top page. Tarasenko, 91. Pretty low scoring year. Then Kane, 84. McDavid, 82. Ovechkin, 40 goals. Actually looks like Tarasenko. Yeah, wins Mr. Shard there with 48 goals. So good year for him. I'll check the rest of the standings just out of curiosity. Like I said, I'm 99% sure I think we finished last here. Again, though, the Bruins win the President's Trophy with us in this division. So it's like the Bruins feel threatened. They got the Boston schools come to their division. They just play better. Again, they're 108 points for first place. All the playoff teams. Philly squeaks in there, 18th. And yes, we are last. 10 points behind the Rangers. So yeah, not the greatest year, unfortunately. But maybe the AHL can do some damage, like I said. We have, I think, 6 alumni on that AHL team. So we'll see what happens with that. And in the first round of the AHL playoffs, guys, we have the Cleveland Monsters. Accidentally slipped the first game there. Lost in OT. We win the next 2, though. So there we go, actually. Win 3 straight. AHL team is moving on to the second round now. And in the second round of the AHL playoffs, we have the Laval Rockets. So we take the first game, not sure about a couple there. We get the 5th game, the 6th game. Does it go to 7? I hate how, like, when it goes through a month, you don't know what's happening. Okay, we were actually down 3-1 in that second round. So it was 3-1, just like, you know, Cavs Warriors. But we won the last 3 straight there. Actually, big decisive victory, game 7, 6-2. We now have the Phantoms in the conference final. AHL team looking pretty good so far, but unfortunately lose to 6 there to the Phantoms in the conference final. That's okay, though. AHL team is just kind of like a bonus. I like to check out how they do, especially when we have Alumni there. And our NHL team doesn't do anything. Also, guys, I was looking at the players one last time, and somehow a few of them grew during the playoffs, even though we weren't in the playoffs. So, Eichel here's down 89, up 1. McAvoy's 87, so up 1 since we last looked, up 3 since the beginning of the season. And Chuck there's also up 1. So, I'm not sure why they grew during the playoffs, opposed to just near the end of the season, but at least, yeah, some of those younger players did grow, which is good. The lottery results are in here, guys. The New York Rangers picking 1st overall. Not too far off real life, of course. They got 2nd last night in the lottery. I still can't believe New Jersey there, 1st overall in 2 or 3 years, and they never had the best odds either time. Pretty crazy. And then Chicago jumping up to 3rd. I feel like they definitely have to switch it up. I'd like to see it a bit more balanced. I feel like there could definitely be a better system for it, so might even make a video on that. But as you guys can see here, of course, Stanley Cup champion Boston Bruins. Pretty fitting for this video. We'll see kind of who they had to go through to get that Stanley Cup. Florida there, best of 7, swept the Bolts. Columbus just, they're down 3-0, beat the Tampa Bay Lightning tonight, pretty crazy. Then they swept the Maple Leafs, obviously, they just have their number. And then Colorado there, actually, in the Stanley Cup final, beat them in 6. So, pretty cool to see there. Check the awards now, so already gonna know all the team awards. Boston gets 3 of the 4. Tarasenko, Art Ross, also got the Hart. James Norris to Ekman Larson. Tarasenko, Lady Bing, Peterson, Calder, Rask, Conn Smythe, Vasilevsky there with the Vezina. Jones, though, got the William M. Jennings. Jarmelson, Bill Masterson, I thought maybe we could get that, be on the worst team. McAvoy, Shattenkirk. O'Reilly there with the Selke. Ted Lindsay goes to Tarasenko. We also got Maurice Richard. So, Tarasenko cleaned up in this sim. I was thinking, too, I think usually Bill Masterson's like a veteran, so usually kind of a younger player like a McAvoy actually wouldn't get it. AHL team awards, we had a good year. I'm wondering if, did we win our division or not? I honestly, we did win our division. There we go. Okay, so we got something. And player awards, Vesalainen's cleaning up. Mark Dano, Vesalainen again, Honka, Comrie, Talbot. Gionta, Straight, Comrie. So Straight is on our NHL team, Boston Alumni, but he won community involvement there playing for the Devils AHL team. Not quite the same, I guess. So, unfortunately, yeah, another year, another college alumni team without the playoffs, but that's okay. I am going to have a video out pretty soon I think you guys are really going to enjoy, involving all the college teams, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And besides that, though, guys, that is it for this video. If you did enjoy this one, leave a thumbs up. If you aren't subscribed yet, please do that. And as always, guys, thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.